Hey, what's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all?
Stuff for James. 295 pounds. It's real good, boy. It's real good. 118 flat. How much can even an average nigga pick a day? 200 pounds? This nigga ain't even average. 512 pounds. Patsy. 512. Your men folk got no shame letting Patsy outpick you. They ain't yet come. She's swung lower than 500 pounds. Who you feel she is? 138 pounds. I don't reach. Ain't I hold a minute to luxuriate on the work Patsy done? Damn queen. Born, bred to the field. Nigger among niggers. God give her to me. Bless the rewards of righteous living. All be observant to that. All. Average. That's one.
What's up, man? Now, let me get into what I want to talk about, man. I just can't fathom in my mind how can the immigration situation that's going on right now be equated to what our ancestors, our black ancestors went through in this United States of America. That right there was in Tennessee. That was in Tennessee, yes, the state of Tennessee in the United States of America, not in Mexico, not in Guatemala, not in El Salvador, not in Dominican Republic, not in Africa, not in Mexico, not in Venezuela. I say not in Venezuela. Here, right here in the United States of America, that happened. Not only did that happen, I encourage all of y'all, if you've never seen 12 Years a Slave, watch it. If you've never seen Roots, watch it. I encourage all of y'all. If you've never seen Roots, I think that Roots should be shown in every school in the United States of America. And if you once y'all watch that, y'all will have a deeper and a different voice and an eye and a mindset when it comes to this so-called fight that black people are joining for illegal immigration. These people that's coming over to this country illegally, did not go through what our people went through. Jasmine Crockett made a statement and said that she's equating ICE to slave catchers. And I think that was so humiliating to our ancestors. I think that was so humiliating to our ancestors because slave catchers not only caught, slave catchers were designed to find and catch black slaves that were brung over to this country, United States of America, illegally, forced, whipped, stripped, hung, chained with shackles on boats to come to this country. They didn't fight to come over here. They didn't sneak over here. They were chained like animals and then put on boats and then chained to the boats so they couldn't escape. And some got away and jumped off the boat just so they would not be captives to this country, United States of America. And then now, once the ones that did survive get over here, men, women, and children, they went and they were put on an auction block. And when they was put on the auction block, they were like cattle. How you put a cattle? If y'all ever been to an auction, a cattle auction, they put the cows and the horses and all that shit up there, and they parade them around, and they tell how how healthy the cow is, how healthy the pig is, how healthy the goat is, how healthy the horse is. And if there's a male horse, they say, hey, look at that big old dingaling, look at that thing big. Look at them balls is good. This is what they did to black men. They grabbed black men's penises and showed these people the penis. They grabbed the balls and said, look at all that sperm in them balls. They grabbed the black women's titties and said, look at those titties. Those are birth titties. Those are titties that you can milk your cows with. This is what they did to our people. And Jasmine Crockett equated ICE to that. ICE, who dresses in a uniform, and the only thing ICE is doing is carrying out a law that was given that you cannot be in this country illegal. You have to go through the proper channels to be legal in this country and stay in this country. That's all they was doing. That's all ICE doing. And so what ICE is doing is rounding all these illegal people up that's in this country illegally. And for her to say that ICE is equivalent to slave catchers, how can y'all still say that this woman is a great woman? How can y'all say that any black person that goes against ICE and is pro illegal immigrant, yeah, how can you, based on the shit that our forefathers and our ancestors went through? Not only that, let's just come up a little bit and let's go in the 60s when the civil rights, when we fought so hard for civil rights. We fought so hard for civil rights when Martin Luther King and all these people were fighting so hard for civil rights. Montgomery, Alabama, all these places was fighting for civil rights. Like it, even when we got over here and we had the right to be human beings in this country, right? We got the right to be human beings, but we didn't have certain rights. We didn't have rights to drink water, use the bathroom, eat in certain restaurants. We couldn't even look at white people. We couldn't even stare at white people. We had to walk around with our head down whenever we came up on a white person. Is any Mexicans doing that? Any foreigners doing that? No. Foreigners walk around this country like they own it. They walk around this country with their head high. Not only that, we were second-class citizens. We wasn't even considered human beings, so therefore we was eating scraps. We was not getting no help from the government. Our ancestors in the 60s got no help from the government. They got no help. They barely got jobs. So how in the hell can you sit here and say that the illegal immigrants is coming over here getting food stamps, places to live, money? They're buying SUVs. They're getting allowances of $5,000 a month. They're getting food stamps. They're getting all this shit that our ancestors fought to get. Our ancestors died. There were some of our ancestors in the 60s, like my great-great-grandmother was in that fight. My great-great-grandmother, she was a slave. I lived to see her. I lived to meet her. She was a slave in Georgia, Albany, Georgia. My great-great-grandmother was a slave in Albany, Georgia. I lived to talk to her. And she was sat down and she told us about being on the plantation and how it was. My grandmother had just got out of slavery. She was born into slavery, but she was a free woman. So how can y'all equate immigration to this that we went through as black people? I don't understand how black people can even go down there and get on TV, get on here and say that, it's wrong after what we went through to be legal, to be legal. What we went through to be legal. It wasn't about signing no papers for us. It wasn't about learning the Constitution for us. It was about death. It was about you die or you live. Medgar Evers, Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson, all these guys, man. It was about life or death to become a citizen. With these people, it's not about life or death, man. It's about it's paperwork. It's about paperwork with them. But with our people, it was about life or death. White people did not want our people to be legal human beings, let alone citizens. Do you understand? Our people, the white people, didn't want us to be human beings. Fuck a citizen. White people didn't want our people, black people, to be human. We were fighting to be human beings. Fuck fighting to be a citizen. And we were fighting to be a fucking human being. A white man would walk up to a black woman and just strip her clothes off and have sex with her in the middle of the street. And when nothing her boyfriend could do about it, he'd be hung the next day. And they would go picnic, watch the hanging. That's how bad it was for us. This is in the 60s. I'm talking about what, 50 years ago? 50 years ago. 50, 60 years ago. Not even 100 years ago. And y'all black people wanna rally behind these fucking illegal people that's coming in this country and ain't fought the fought that we fought, that's in our soul and our blood, and it's in us. Man, black people died to be human beings in the United States of America. It wasn't about signing no paper. It was about being a human being. Bro, y'all.